How would you like an inside look at Vending Accelerator? That's right, today I'm pulling back the curtain and I'm actually going to show you everything that's included inside of my course, the course that guarantees that you will double average vending machine profits or your money back guaranteed by replacing existing junk food vending machines with healthy vending machines at high foot traffic locations. So swipe up, click the link, or keep watching, whatever you got to do. Let's get right into it. All right, welcome. Let's go ahead and get right into this unprecedented look inside of Vending Accelerator, by far the #1 vending or healthy vending course that you can get anywhere in the United States. You can scour the internet, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere else. You will not find this information anywhere else. And this is the blueprint that's going to allow you to double, triple, quadruple, 10x average vending machine revenues in the United States. Guaranteed double, or we actually give you your money back 100%. So before I go into it, real quick, please do subscribe to my channel so you can get more valuable information. Click that bell notification so you can get notified when I drop new content. At the very least, I would ask that you would at least give this video a like. All these things help out with the algorithm so we can spread the word when it comes to healthy vending, doubling profits, building a vending business, and everything else that I do put out there. So I would appreciate, at the very least, a like, but please do subscribe and that bell notification. So first and foremost, without further ado, yes, I'm still wearing my hat as I'm looking down at my picture. There's my hair. I worked out this morning, and that's what's going on. So that's why I'm wearing a hat every day. It's not real pretty. I've got another workout here in a little bit. So anyway, I'm shooting this video. Hope you're doing well. All right, so first and foremost, of course, terms and conditions. I want to make sure my stuff's not going to get copied and redistributed out there for your own personal gain. So I'm going to have you sign that, and you just do that right inside the course. Then it's going to open it up to welcome to Vending Accelerator. You're going to see inside of here a real quick video or detailed video from me welcoming you to the course and to Vending Accelerator. I'll be very excited to do so. And the first thing it's also going to do is prompt you to add yourself to the private Facebook community called Healthy Heroes. And that's where we engage and we put regular content on there and do some group training, small group training, one-on-one training, video training, what have you. Then it's going to get into your business entity, vending permits and licenses. So there's a couple things in here. It's going to teach you actually how to set up your entity. Okay, right there in your state, and you're creating a DBA, which is doing business as, and then what permits do you need locally or in your state in order to be compliant with those guidelines so that you can have a legally ran business. So that's going to go over, it's going to go over that in that section. And then machine insurance, something that not a lot of folks talk about that I've seen is what are the machine insurance requirements for vending? And then of course we have a partnered insurance company nationwide that can get you insurance anywhere in the United States for your machines. Frankly, machine insurance is pretty cheap, which you're going to find one of the things I've seen in my experience is that when you reach out to your own insurance agent who maybe insures your home and your car, maybe a boat or what have you, that's not who you want to go to. They don't know how to insure vending machines. You would want to go to our partner for sure, or at least maybe get a policy quote, and then you can send it over to your guy or gal, insurance guy or gal, and they can replicate it for sure. But if you go to them first, it's going to be enormously high. I've seen it time and time again. So then it goes into healthier vending, how healthier vending attracts more consumers and makes you more money. It is proven in 20 different states. You will make more money if you can remove that current vending machine at those facilities, right, that we're going into, go into high foot traffic locations, and then bring in a healthier vending program with a beautiful machine. And there's some other things I'm going to go into here today. So it goes into that, how healthier vending makes more money. So it's great information there. Then it goes into USDA guidelines for public schools, public and charter schools, really. For some charter schools, and I see a space issue here, so I'm just going to fix that real quick. And it's how quick it is for me to make adjustments. Boom, done. Right, we can make changes that fast. So anyway, it goes into USDA guidelines for public schools and charter schools. There's an introduction to it, some videos, and then it goes into the actual compliant products. So what products are compliant? Snacks specifically. Which products are compliant for beverages specifically? Then there's some exemptions as well. This is going to be all the knowledge that you require in order to be able to have conversations with public schools, public schools are cash cows. There's a video of me collecting $300-400 from one vending machine 3 days after it just got restocked, where we collected $300 or $400 from it. It does like $3,000 a month. They're insane. Public schools are definitely high profit facilities. Then here it's going to actually go, it's going to give you a quiz. So everything that you reviewed and learned in here, you've got to pass this quiz to go on, and with 100%. I want to make sure that you've retained this information, so it's going to quiz you on that. Then it's going to get into planograms, ordering guide, and our partnered suppliers. Your planogram is your menu, so it's going to take those compliant snacks and drinks, right, that we went over, snacks and beverages there, and then I've actually built planograms, which are basically a diagram that says here's what goes into your facility that you're going into, whether it be a public school, right, whether it be a charter school, even private schools, if it's an all-boys school, all-girls school, whatever it may be. I have diagrams, planograms, so that you can take it takes out all the guesswork, so you don't have to guess, oh my gosh, what sells? What should I do? What should I try? This already sells best. That way, when you put that machine on the ground, day one, you're making high sales. That's for sure. And then you make adjustments based on the analytics. So then from there, it goes into an ordering guide, how I have built a platform that's going to simplify your orders, the product choices, how to price out your products. There's even a product calculator in there, a pricing calculator that says based on the wholesale cost or the cost of goods, what you should be pricing it at in order to make sure your margins are, no pun intended, healthy. And then there's a master planogram, which is going to go into all facility types, everything from schools to colleges, universities, to athletic facilities, active facilities, business environments, hospitals and medical facilities, JCCs, whatever it may be. I have a planogram for you. So it takes out all the guesswork. So whatever type of facility that you're going into, right, you know which products to order for your machines. Okay, so again, it takes out all the guesswork. It's very simple. And then you just follow that information. And then our partnered suppliers. We have two different partnered suppliers. One of them is a national supplier where it's online ordering. They have a fulfillment center nationwide. They have a number of warehouses across the U.S., and they provide free home delivery, low cost of goods, and really great customer support. They actually have a Vending Accelerator portal that you'll actually have access to where you can order all your products from. And it's very simple. It's much more advantageous. I'm going to be putting out a video that talks about buying products from UNFI, KeyHe, Costco, Sam's Club, and why my supplier, partnered supplier, is much better for you when it comes to your time, efficiency, cost of goods, free home delivery, and then of course the support and the consistency. That's one thing where a lot of outfits fail. And then it goes into, then we have another product supplier, and we recently partnered with them. They are an active product supplier, so they're going to have a ton of protein items, a lot of meal replacements, antioxidant items, rehydration items, so we can go into athletic facilities, active facilities, and have great items that can help rejuvenate and provide a lot more function, energy, again, protein, things like that. Then there's a very simple ordering product how-to. It's frankly, I could probably delete this. It's so easy to order products. But again, we go over and above. I want to make sure that you have a very simple how-to on how to do it in case you're not tech savvy. You know, for me, fairly tech savvy, I think compared to the average person, I'm certainly no Silicon tech head, but for anybody who's not real familiar with online ordering, it does walk them through it and shows them how simple it is. Then it goes into sampling events. A sampling event is an opportunity to gain raving fans at any one of your locations. It's the opportunity to actually set up a table, offer free products to the location after you've installed your machine. So you can, one, introduce your program to the facility. They can see this big, beautiful machine, the products inside of it, then get to taste them, right? That's where your junk food eaters are going to be like, well, I've never had one of those bars before. I've never had that chip, right? Well, good. Well, here's a free sample. Here's a drink. What else do you want to try? And you set all that stuff up. And what you have done is won over those junk food eaters. Like, oh, wow, I'd actually eat that. Holy cow. And wow, that drink tastes really good. And right, here are the benefits from it, right? As little as, hey, you can actually pronounce the ingredients on the back. And then it's going to obviously introduce, right, people who would never even go to the vending machine. The sampling event is so key. I've seen it increase, on average, in my experience, sales by 37% when you actually do a sampling event at a facility and introduce the program and the products to the consumers. And there's a way you can get free products from manufacturers inside of Vending Accelerator. I teach you that. All right, so moving on. So then I have two machine manufacturer partners, Wittern and AMS. Okay. Over and over again, you're going to see these are the best machines to buy in the United States. And now what I did, if you've seen my story inside any of my pages, I've talked about it a number of different times. In 2018, I actually built out the very first vending machine online course. And Wittern was my long-standing relationship. And I had showed them this course. This is the first part of, this was the version 1.0 of Vending Accelerator, before it was Vending Accelerator, because what was happening is that I was doing in-person training 2 days a month. And what was happening with my former company, folks were getting operational months later, and they had all the same questions. They were repeating all the same information. They came back to us via email and phone call and realized, man, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way they can access this information, and they don't have to repeat it and take more time up on their end and our end, and we can make it more efficient. So I set out to build the very first online vending machine training course, which was just, again, specific to the machines, the technical aspects, setup, installation, what have you. And I did it. And what happened was, so first and foremost, Wittern, they have two sister companies or subsidiaries, whatever you want to call them, Federal Machines and USI Machines. So they're the same machine under the Wittern Group. So first off, it goes into machine training. There's an actual machine setup video. It's going to walk you through how to set up your machine and getting ready for your grand opening, your first day of service. You're going to inspect your machine. If it's not accepted by a local distributor and you're accepting it, then you actually walks you through on how to inspect the machine before you release it to the freight delivery person. Then initial setup, how to set up your machine initially. Tour of the inside of the machine and its components. So a detailed view, and we've got real great video editing to show you how that works, and that you can pause it, right? You can take notes, right? As opposed to in-person training where you've got to be, taking pages and pages of notes and questions and what have you that you may forget, not retain. This is all right there, accessible to you 24/7, 365. So you can re-educate yourself and keep educated on the machines, getting prepared for sales, loading your product. And this is something that people don't talk about. Loading your product, there's actual science behind this, or strategy or tactic, however you want to call it, on loading your product so you don't get products stuck up in the coils. Understand, coils are the best system. I know there's elevator systems or conveyor belts now, all sorts of different systems for vending, but really coils, because I got to tell you, issues with the vending 99% of the time are user error and not machine or consumer error. Meaning, if you're not loading your products correctly, or you're putting the machines, using the wrong coil size for the product, that's why products get hung up. It's not typically the machine, it's usually the user error. So I educate you on how to properly load products, the different coil sizes, and that information's in here as well. There's a coil diagram, so you can identify which products should be matched up to with which coils, and of course I go into that information. Then there's actual machine setup tests. So before you go through this machine training, I'm going to test you on this knowledge. I want to make sure that you know what you're doing before your machine gets installed, right? And then our partner manufacturers, they do also come with on-site training. So after you've been trained on this, you're pretty much going to know everything that actual machine installer, what we call a distributor, already knows and provides you on-site training, but they're a great avenue for more information and deeper knowledge as well. So then it comes to maintaining your machines, an introduction to maintaining your machines, right? Things like firmware updates, right? Saving and transferring machine settings, cleaning your refrigeration unit, the screens, cleaning the overall vendor, which is the machine. That's just a terminology. How do you lubricate the bottle trays, replacing LED lamps, defrosting the evaporator coils, testing the temp system, right? Replacing your power cord and GFCI test, which is more technical information when it comes to your power and energy. How do you store your machine? Now, you're not going to have to access this information very often, but what this does for you, in the event that you have to do any of these more technical aspects with the machine, guess what you don't have to do? call a distributor and ask them for service when they're going to charge you anywhere from $75 to $125 for service. I've taken the time to actually create this information inside the course so you don't have to do that and pay that money, that you can do it yourself. When you know how to do it, and you can pull this up right on an app, right on the Trainual app. Trainual houses my course, and there's a Trainual app that you'll be able to download to your phone for free, and it'll actually literally walk you through any of these issues. These are more uncommon issues that you'll have to do, but at least they're in there so you don't have to rely on somebody else. It's the beauty of Vending Accelerator, right? Actually gives you all the tools that you require. Then it goes into a troubleshooting guide. Okay, it goes into the basic troubleshooting. This is going to go over the top common issues with your vending machine, and it's going to give you the solutions, right? So, whether it comes to your keypad, whether it comes to your credit debit card reader, whether it comes to your coils or what have you, just the basic stuff, the most common issues with the vending machine, and it's going to go over that with you and provide you the solution. So again, you don't have to pick up the phone, you don't have to send an email, you don't have to call a distributor out there who's going to charge you a bunch of money to come service the machine. And keep in mind, they charge drive time. So if they're 2 hours away and they're $75 an hour on the low end, they're already $150 before they walk in the door. Yee. So again, how much is this worth to you? Then it goes over error codes. Okay, cool. What are my error codes? What does that mean? Boom. You're going to go right to your app, bring your computer, whatever you want to do, your tablet. Then there's a full troubleshooting chart, and then there's advanced troubleshooting, the uncommon errors, right? Again, things that may require that would typically require a distributor to come out to your facility or your machine, right? You can do it right here. Oh, wow. Okay, this is advanced. This never happens. I've never seen this before. Let me check my advanced troubleshooting guide. Boom. It's right in there, and you're going to be able to access that 24/7. And then, of course, we go into machine financing. If you don't want to purchase the machines, you can finance the machines as well. As long as you have decent or high credit, then you're going to be able to do that pretty easily. Then it goes into AMS machines. Again, same exact subjects as Witter, just goes over the AMS machine. We do have another partner out there as well who does offer an on-site training as well. But again, I feel this is more advantageous, but that's up to you. All right, so then securing great locations. It's the bread and butter, organic bread and butter, right? All right, so when it comes down to this is the key when it comes to having a high profit, big income vending machine business. How are you going to quit your job and replace it with a full-time vending machine business? This is how it's going to be done, by securing the greatest locations possible in your marketplace. But here's the key: differentiate, attract, remove, and secure. Okay, what I mean by that is when you differentiate yourself as something different, right, you're going to inspire change. And that's what I teach you. It's going to welcome you to the actual Vending Accelerator course. It's going to go into the glossary of vending terms. So before you even start your vending business, you're going to actually understand the terminology in the vending world that's been used, right, as long as we know. And so it goes into a glossary of these terms. It goes over excuse me, that actually shouldn't be in there. I'm going to remove that. It just did an overview. Either way, I'll remove that. So glossary of vending terms. And then with that, there's a vending terms test. Then it gets into to make sure that you know the vending terms, right? It's going to test you on them. And then it's going to go into the USDA Smart Snacks overview. Again, USDA. It's so important. I know that you're going to, once you place your first school, you're like, man, I want a lot more schools. There's a ton of great location types out there, but schools are definitely cash cows. They're huge. So I want to make sure give you a little bit more information here, the history and why they're important, right? When it started, and then, of course, the specific regulations for USDA guidelines. Then there's going to be the USDA knowledge test. Then it's going to get into list building, how you build a list right in your backyard. Now, this is something that I saw from a expert online, and he was teaching somebody, and there's a ton of comments, a ton of views, and he was talking how to one by one go to Google and put in the zip code and put in like hospitals or put in schools or whatever, and literally just type them in one at a time. Do you know how long that would take somebody? I can't imagine how long that would take. So what I do, I've never done that in 10 years of this industry. I've never even done it. 10 years ago, I didn't do it that way. There's a better way, and it's not one by one. I'm going to teach you how to build a targeted call list for schools, colleges, YMCAs, and more. And that call list, you'll be able to build literally in less than an hour with a tool that costs about $50 for the year. And you just put in the information. It's going to actually pull the information from the internet for you, and you just do each type of category. And all of a sudden, in less than an hour, right, you can have 10, 15, 20-mile radius, literally hundreds and hundreds of potential locations. If you did that one by one, I don't know, how many would you have after an hour? 20? Because you got to pull and type in all the information. How fast of a typer are you? So that's what it comes down to, efficiency and just better ways to do things. So you have a call list. Also, you can build an email list. It actually will pull the email from the internet. And you can build an email list, and you can target these people through email targeting, email campaigns, and actually get results from them. So it teaches you how to build an email list, targeted call list, email list. And again, you can build a massive list in less than an hour for an additional charge of about $50, not through a third party that I just introduced you to this tool. Okay. How much is that worth to you? I got to tell you, if you've spent a whole day doing that, let's say you spent 8 hours doing that for the day, and you built a list of, let's say if you built 20, right, 160 locations, right, is what you built using that other expert's advice, right? It's 160 in 8 hours, and let's say you charge yourself $100 an hour as an entrepreneur. That's $800. $800 is what that costs you in time as an entrepreneur. In less than an hour, you can build a list of several hundred or thousand plus. Okay, right now with the $997 course cost of Vending Accelerator, I just saved you $800 in that alone. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of savings all over the place, but that's just an example of another one. So then we have how to secure public schools. And this is my specific strategy that has been tried, tested, and it's true. It works. It's fact finding. How to identify problems at a facility, at a location, specifically schools, and then creating a warm conversation through storytelling with facts and problem solving. Okay, that warm conversation is going to be with the decision maker. You don't just call the decision maker and say, "Hey, I've got a vending machine for you. Want some healthy products?" They're going to hang up on you. You leave that voicemail, they're never going to call you back. Which brings me to another thing inside your sales tips. It's going to show you a voicemail that you can actually leave and receive a callback 75% of the time. And that's at schools, and that's at any location. So it's got the same thing. It's the same process, but it's a little different for non-public schools, and non-school locations as well. And then we'll also be releasing a request for proposal training as well. That's being built out as we speak. So that's what it comes down to. And then also I'm going to teach you how to market your business. I'll teach you how to get free leads from Facebook. Okay, there's some other tips in there as well. It goes over free leads with Facebook. It's going to also teach you how to turn your Facebook page into a lead generation machine. It's going to introduce you to things like Facebook Marketplace and some other avenues to promote your business for free and get some leads. It's not super. It takes time. I've gotten leads from it, some different things, but list building, email, nurturing are definitely the way to go when it comes to DIY, do it yourself. And Vending Accelerator now offers a locations course. We will attract locations with 300 plus consumers and remove traditional vending, existing vending, your competition 90% of the time. The other 10%, they probably don't even have vending there, to be frank. And then if they do have vending, we're usually always removing 2 machines to make room for ours. They might have 2 or 3 other machines. That's probably a massive facility with, 800, 1,000, 2,000 people a day. And we will compete with other machines, but most of the time we're going to remove existing vending machines. It's very rare that we place next to junk food vending machines. And that's what my course will do for you as well. We now have the locations course where we actually, location procurement, availability, where we will actually secure the locations for you. And for 30 days, okay, we're going to launch a campaign on social media. It's extremely attractive. It's very eye-popping and attention-grabbing. And then it goes through the process, and it'll do 90% of the work. The last step is for you to go out to the facility, confirm the information that we received, things like where the machine is going to be placed, right? Number of steps it might have to navigate, measurements of walls and doorways, and also they're going to remove their current vending machines and that they didn't hide some other vending machines in another room or what have you, and then have them sign the location agreement. And of course, I've got the location agreement already created for you, all that for you. inside of Vending Accelerator. So that is an overview of Vending Accelerator. I hope you enjoyed the inside look here. I've never given anybody inside look at it. There's a ton of information, a massive amount of value. You can get Vending Accelerator for $997 for lifetime access. This is going to save you a tremendous amount of money. And one of the things I didn't touch on was when it comes to the machines, unlike business opportunities or franchises out there, they exist, healthy vending ones, right? They're going to mark up their machines by $2,000 minimum. Some of them marking them up as much as $5,000. You're going to buy the highest quality machine at cost, $0 markup. Seeing you. If you want to set up a call, you can go through the link and you have to take in the information, the 24-minute presentation. We'll send you a number of emails. You can just reply to one of those emails. You can get on my calendar. I'd be more than happy to talk with you to address any questions and see if Vending Accelerator is a fit for you. Or you can just take in the information, pull out your credit card, and you can get instant access very quickly. And I would definitely love to work with you if you're a good fit for this and you're looking to quit your job, right? Replace an income, create an additional income, financial freedom, whatever it may be. And we can do this in any corner of the United States, small and large. Doesn't make any difference. I appreciate you watching. And don't forget, hit that like button, please. Subscribe and bell. So if you're still sticking around, please do that for me. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.